Right now on Up with KREM, 1 year ago today, 39 wildfires sparked across Washington. One of those fires completely destroyed a community in our region. Tim Pham is live in Malden today on the 1-year anniversary of the Babb Road fire.
A catastrophic wildfire devastated the Malden community 1 year ago today. We are taking a look back as well as looking forward to what's next for this community.
And it's back to school for students in North Idaho today. Our Nicole Hernandez is live from Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah, that's right. The parking lot of Coeur d'Alene High School is filling up quickly. We've got students starting to show up, staff and teachers really already here. So I'll explain exactly what school's going to look like this year for students in just a few minutes.
I hope that car behind Nicole is okay. Looked like it was smoking a bit. All right, a beautiful start to the day, but you can see some smoke hanging out in the low levels of the valleys. I'll let you know what our smoke is doing later today.
Up with KREM begins now.
On this day last year, wildfires sparked across our region. More than 500,000 acres burned in Washington in just 36 hours. The resulting smoke temporarily gave Western Washington the worst air quality in the world. One of those wildfires, now known as the Babb Road fire, destroyed 2 towns in our community, Malden and Pine City. Today, only a few homes are left standing as the community tries to rebuild. Well, good morning, and thank you for joining us for this special edition of Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis. Our Scorched Earth series continues today in Malden, where a wildfire destroyed more than 200 homes and businesses just 1 year ago today. So this morning we have team coverage all across the inland Northwest. Our Tim Pham is live in Malden with the latest on those recovery efforts. Our Jeremy Legou is in the Weather Center telling us about our forecast, as it's very different this morning compared to this day last year. And Nicole Hernandez is live in Coeur d'Alene, where one of the largest school districts in our area is getting ready to welcome students back for the new year. But first, we want to start off with Tim Pham for a live interview with the mayor of Malden. Good morning, Tim.
Hey, good morning to you, Channing. You know, when we take a look at some of the video and the images from last year, it's really hard to watch. You see the post office on fire, the fire department destroyed, really tough images to see. But as we take a look back, we're also looking forward, because this community is moving forward, and we've seen that as people start to rebuild and they create plans for the future for Malden. And to talk about that is Mayor Dan Harwood joining us here again on the show. Mayor Harwood, thanks so much for being with us, and thank you for what you do for this community. It's already evident to see some of the changes that are happening. Yesterday, what a special moment to see the flag raised where the fire department once stood. Talk about what's next for the fire department. Right now, you kind of told me the fire truck is at your own house, right?
Both the engine that Spokane Valley Fire Department donated to us and the brush truck that DNR donated to us, both are at my house, because that's kind of a gathering spot.
What's next for the fire department? You told us that some of that FEMA funding is going to build a temporary fire building, but then it's also, you're going to make a public safety building. Tell us about future plans for Malden.
We're planning on beginning construction on the temporary fire station to house the fire trucks September 15th, or very close to that. It is funded by FEMA, and after that, after it's done, it'll become hopefully the maintenance and water department. But we're planning on having a public service building, and that will house the fire trucks and the training area, but it'll also house the clerk's office, and most importantly, the post office. Yesterday, we were fortunate enough to have the folks that own the previous post office donated the flagpole to the town, and so we'll be able to move it from the old post office to the new one.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Great to see how people are just so loving and generous this last year with their donations, their time. But you're telling us what's really needed. You know, we don't always want to talk, it sounds like funding, you know, everyone always wants more funding, but truly that is what the folks of Malden need, because it is a very expensive task to rebuild a community. Talk about how people can actually help.
You know, folks can donate to Innovia, to the Red Cross, to United Way. They've got dedicated funds set up for the town of Malden, and it's not for the town, it's for the residents. And you think about it, this last winter, the Western Anabaptist missionaries, the Amish from St. Ignatius, Montana, were here, and at that time it cost right around $60,000 to build 2 homes. Now those costs have escalated, as everyone knows, to $80,000 to $90,000, and it's frightening what it costs. People have to remember that we're rebuilding a town. Malden will be the newest town in the state of Washington, and you think about that. And our residents are primary. They're the ones that need this type of help.
Yeah, Malden will be back and it will be stronger. Before we go, I do want to ask you, what do you want to say to people who have already donated, who have helped and volunteered? What do you want to say to those folks?
You know, there's not enough words to express just how much we love them and how much we care. You know, every time someone brings us a donation, it's humbling, because these aren't the best of times for a lot of people. But, you know, anything from a $5 bill to a $20 bill to $10,000.
Yeah.
You know, we are just so blessed to have so many people donate to the town and to the residents.
Wonderful. Mayor Dan Harwood, thanks so much for being with us. And Mayor Harwood will be joining us tonight on KREM 2 News at 4. He'll be live with Mark, Whitney, and Amanda later in our show as our continuing coverage from the 1-year anniversary of the Malden fire continues tonight on KREM 2. For now, I'll go ahead and send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Tim. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the forecast, because Jeremy Legoo has been telling us a little bit about some smoke that's moving back into our area. He is live now in the Weather Center. Jeremy, some kiddos are heading back to school today. Will they need a jacket or anything this morning?
You know, this morning, I know those kids are just going to tough it out. So, you know, I would be wearing a sweatshirt or a jacket, but maybe that's why I wasn't a cool kid, because I dressed for the morning weather. I've always loved weather, but here's something quite interesting. We're going to be talking a lot about smoke here in the next couple of days, and you can see the smoke settled down into some of the valleys in North Idaho, and that's kind of incredible. And with a lack of wind, that smoke is likely to stay there today, but unfortunately our weather pattern kind of drives a little more smoke into much of the region. For now, it's those, well, temperatures that would make me wear a sweatshirt early on this morning, but by this afternoon, everybody's going to want to be in shorts and a t-shirt. So some of those kids, I don't blame you if you wear it early on today. 45 in Sandpoint though, that's a bit chilly to be wearing shorts and a t-shirt. And air quality still sits at moderate on the AQI, 56 there. Today and tomorrow, likely moderate to unhealthy across the region as we see more smoke build in. We have a weather pattern that brings about more smoke from California and Oregon and then pushes it down toward our surface. It's the same weather pattern that bumps our temperatures up throughout the day today. So all day long, expect temps on the rise. We go from down in the 50s this morning to up near 90 later on this afternoon.
Today, we are honoring the 1-year anniversary of the Malden wildfires. Up with KREM is live all morning long, seeing how the community is honoring what they lost.